Peace, family. I'm here to make my last video regarding Joe Biden's 1984 to 1994 crime bill. I am so sick and tired of these right wing conservatives. And let me be clear, I'm not a fan of the right or the left. Both parties are trash. But these conservative yahoos is getting on my freaking nerves. They keep referring back to this crime bill, how it put us back in chains. Let me say this: without the businesses, industries, and institutions to support your way of life, when our people were free from slavery, without us creating our own independent means to sustain our own existence, technically speaking, you've never been without chains. So I don't want this notion to think that black people were free until Joe Biden passed this bill. There has never been a law, legislation that has been passed by white people, period, that benefited and uplifted the quality of life of blacks. It's just as simple as that. Let me say this. When our people were brought here as slaves, the economic, political, and social impact associated with that incident has affected all people of color, or especially black people. So it don't matter whether you came here by choice or you came here by force. Slavery has impacted our people for the last 500 years. There hasn't been a law or a legislation, nothing that have come out of there, not a business practice, court ruling, or anything that black people can wrap themselves up in and knowing that it's here to serve and protect their way of life. It's just not has happened. Now let me speak on this Joe Biden crime bill. And like I said, hopefully this is the last time I have to say anything about this. The fact of the matter is this: when this bill came into play, this was back in 84, 94. Once you start seeing the impact of this bill, locking black people up by the millions, according to what this guy keep telling me, and you keep supporting the Republicans, what have they done to counteract this? Nothing. So while the Democrats was writing up crime bills that's putting millions of black people in jail, the Republican Party, which is supposed to be the party with all the smart people attached to it, did nothing. They sat there and watched. And then up to this day, they've still done nothing. And see, this is the reason why our people need new leaders. It's because when they implemented this bill, and this bill was like the three-strike law, there is no way that you should have been able to write a law that says that once you commit a crime, your third strike is the last time, and you're going to be locked up for life, 20 years, or whatever the bill said. They were able to implement this law with black people having already one to two crimes on their record. Once this bill came into place, if they just broke the law one more time, it was added on to the previous crime before this bill was implemented. And then they were sentenced to either life in prison or, like I said, for 20 years, whatever. Once this bill, if we had black leaders that had a forethought, that had a passion and love for our people, if we were not able to stop this bill, then we should have at least been able to say, well, if you're going to implement this bill, then you must wipe the record clean of everybody. You cannot implement a three-strike bill when black people already got one or two strikes against them already. Once this bill came into place, now you got 3 times to break the law before this law kicks in. Not one black leader that you love and support right now today has ever mentioned anything like that. And since this bill has come into place, 40 some years ago, they still haven't made this connection. And you Negroes still following them. So, like I say, the Republicans have done nothing to counteract this bill. If they coveted the black vote so much, and if the Democrats are so stupid, when you see black people suffering at the hands of this stupid Democratic Party, and you cannot beat the Democrats in a national race, they've done nothing to curry the vote of black people by promoting new laws, new legislation, new policies, new procedures that benefit black people. Neither party has been beneficial to our people, period. It is not until we develop our own means to sustain our own existence. And that's creating new laws. And when you say, I had a friend of mine ask me, well, can we make our own laws? Yes, we can make our own laws. Laws are the byproduct of people, businesses, and institutions. You have to have all three in order to create your own laws. You have to have the population that wants it. You have to have the business structure that supports it. And you have to have the institutions that guarantee it. Once you have all three in place, then you can have law. If you fail in one of them, laws cannot be created, period. You need the people, you need the business structure, you need the institutions, then you can have law. But in order for us to do that, we need new leaders. Because the leaders that you're following now, they think that these people are right. There isn't not one time when they've come out and said, you know what, let's go and do our own thing. Black people, we are not on this planet to keep white businesses, white institutions in business. We're last in every statistical category in this country. It is time that we devise our own means to sustain our own existence. That means making our own laws, being organized around our own businesses, our own institutions, our own governing body to oversee and promote and protect our own way of life. White people are not going to do this for us. So now I hope that this is the last time I have to address this nonsense about Joe Biden's crime bill. But like I say, this thing was in office over 40 years ago. And you Negroes have been supporting this guy ever since. He's never lost a race. Whatever he's run for senator, congressman, vice president, president, you've been supporting this guy for 50 years. And you see where you at? It is time for something new, and you are not going to get it from either the left or the right. We got to develop a means to sustain our own existence. Now, if you don't want to do that, keep doing what you're doing, and then this time, don't complain about it.